Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to another Sunday evening. Right before the work week starts, some of us might be off tomorrow. I definitely am not. I have calls, and I'm gonna let people come in. I saw Brian and why does it say Joe's twin brother? We got Nasty, we got Brian, Neil, Kitchen Cowboy, Oscold, HVACR. What is up? I need to pull up. How's everybody doing? Like I said, I'm going to give a minute for everybody to come in and hopefully we can get this going. Let me see. See all. Real quick, I just want to thank the channel members, the YouTube channel members, Chevy Runner 88, Brian, True Results, HTX, Darwin Hooks. I appreciate the merch order that you put in, man. B1062, Mark Morales, D Tolls, and Gary Carnell for being supporters of the channel. Yeah. So what is up? I got you're screwing around with the name, and it got stuck like that for 14 days. I get it. Uh, Ben Morgan. God, you beat me to that drawers that the drawer Milwaukee pack out one. I've been wanting that to come out forever. I see that it's out now. And then I can finally finish. Hopefully it fits, but I can finally finish the van setup because some guys were asking for like a van update. I did switch around quite a bit to get more pack out because I tried going tough built. I'm not gonna lie, I tried going tough built for the drawer system, and they just like never came out with anything. Very frustrating. I know now they're available like everywhere now. Apparently they're gonna be in Walmart. They're gonna be on Amazon. They're gonna be at Lowe's. I guess Home Depot or I don't know what. They're gonna be like in every store. I think Target at some point they're gonna be in, which is cool for tough built. But like I've been needing some drawer systems, and I think Milwaukee finally came out with the last one. Yeah, I had seen that you weren't going to get it. Your store had one, wasn't going to buy it. Just wanted to look at it. That's how it always is. But yeah, I was waiting for like the tough built version of this system to come out so I could finish the back area. Just wanted everything in a drawer set up where I can just kind of open the door and then reach open stuff and get it instead of having to take out any boxes, disassemble anything. So they were supposed to come out with everything last year and then they never did. So Milwaukee finally got what I wanted out of it, which was a drawer, the last thing I wanted from them, and I need to go pick one up. Watching you and The Last of Us. Is there a new episode? I forgot when that drops. I've been trying to watch that too. My keyboard is broke. I got the bigger part box the other day. Stole your idea. Was it you? Somebody mentioned like the plumbing thing. I actually just used it on a roof the other day. I have the plumbing thing with the knee pad packet on it. So I took it off, roped it up, put the knee pad down, and then just worked out of the box because I needed to kind of fix a drain line. So, I mean, that's what it's for. I just take it with me, fix a drain line, and or do my drain lines with that. Morgan's watching Married at First Sight, Nashville. All right, I think everybody is in here. Well, what's up, everybody? I hope you all are having a enjoyable, relaxing Memorial Day weekend. Like I said, I know some guys are off. I have a bunch of calls piling up. I already have a bunch of no cools. I got one running the other day, and they said it still feels pretty hot. So I'm gonna go back and see what's going on. I felt like it was working fine. It might be the exhaust or something else though. Yeah, it's my drain line box. Yeah, there you go. I had Again, I had Tough Belt. Tough Belt had a big one, and I was trying to look for the Milwaukee version of it, and lo and behold, that one worked out pretty good. I'm on call tomorrow. Well, hopefully you don't get called in, man. What is up, D Tolls? Hopefully I'm saying that right. More calls, more money. I'm not gonna complain either. We've been getting really busy, but we did hire 2 people. They're doing fantastic, so hopefully they can relieve some of the calls as they pile up. One is already running his own calls. If he gets stuck, he just gives us a call. The other one is going to trade school at the same, or he's going to start trade school and work with us. So plenty of help is on the way. So how's everybody's work week looking? I think it's already heated up. I've talked to some guys, even some guys up in Canada, that they're already getting a pretty good uh, summer weather, which was a surprise to me. We have 105 pretty consistently. I think now it's like 90-ish, 90, what was it? 96. So not too bad. What is up, Virginia Adventures? Okay. Well, let me get to the questions real quick. Ben Riley. So after the new probes came out, what are your go-to probes at this point? It's hard to change from field piece. As much as I want them to improve them, put a screen on them, or just come out with a second gen, they've really, it's hard to beat field piece. Now, Testo, I know some guys love Testo, and they'll probably let me know in the chat, but Testo has been pretty good as well. It's just different. They work a little bit different. The Testos, I've already said, have been, or I returned them or no, I sold them to get the field piece because they kept turning on in my bag. So at that point, it was just because I was tired of dead batteries. I think someone said that they fixed that now. So if they did, I think Testo and field piece are like 1 and 2 interchangeable, right? Some people like Testo, some people like field piece. I'm hoping once Navac gets their crap together, which I haven't heard back anymore after I did my last video. So we'll see if they get back to me at all. If they can fix everything that I complained about, which is basically just making sure that they work with the apps and everything, um, those would be the ones that I would want to try because I do have the JBs. I do really like them. They're just, I've already broken them. So, what do you call it? Navac is built a lot tougher versus like the JBs that are plastic, but the JBs work really well because they have the screen. They work in Measure Quick, which I'm trying to use right now. They have their own app, which looks like Measure Quick, and they just work. Navac, they look cool. They're built really well. I see myself using them maybe in the future. It's just they're unusable without their app. And they admitted that it was a whole bunch of coming out with a product that they kind of rushed and they overlooked a few things. They admitted that, so hopefully they fix it pretty soon. But I haven't gotten an update yet. They were supposed to let me know once all that was fixed. I haven't got that from them yet. So yeah, field piece and Testo for probes. If you want to spend a good amount, right? None of them are cheap. I think Navac was really cheap. and that was another good selling point for that, but they have to work. How many guys do you have working for you? So obviously it's me and my dad. We're partners. So he works with his brother. I work with my brother. We were four for a couple years now, or a few years now, and we just hired two more. So we are a total of six. Um, so basically, like me and my brother do all the refrigeration, HVAC side of things. They do commercial kitchen equipment, which is fryers, ovens, all that kind of stuff. Eventually, I've always said that I might have to do both when my dad steps back, but the new guys, we're going to try to get them to learn a little bit of everything. So they've been riding along with the kitchen side because that's been super busy for us. And that never stops, right? Fast food, cooking equipment. If anybody will ask about advice getting into the trade, the HVAC trade or refrigeration in, specifically, if you can learn a little bit of the kitchen side, the hot food side, the cooking equipment, if you can learn just a little bit, what do they say? Like learn a little bit to be dangerous. You're gonna bump up your worth a lot versus the guy that just does refrigeration, which is me. But uh, our company does both, which is our advantage against a lot of these refrigeration equipments or HVAC. I mean, our advantage against all these refrigeration companies or HVAC companies is that we do everything. That uh, my dad's brother also learned HVAC, so he can do some calls. He does do quite a bit on his own as well if I need him to. He's worth a lot and he works a lot of overtime. He likes to get paid overtime. Um, he's a he's very valuable to us. So like our new guys are going to learn a little bit of everything. And if they want to learn refrigeration, we'll or I'll train them. The new guy that came in or that is coming in right now is going to trade school for HVAC, so that's his preference, right? The other guy that has been with us for a couple months, few months now, hopefully he can stick to more of the kitchen side and do a little bit of that, and that would help quite a bit. Let's see. Brian got a couple ice machine install on Wednesday. Besides that, not sure. What are you installing? Because we haven't done any, but the last ones we installed tripped me out because there were four 10A systems. I don't know what they're gonna go to now. What is it? What does an ice machine run now, as far as refrigerant? Busy weekend. Ducted two split systems yesterday and changing an air handler in an attic tomorrow. Good luck. Couple of maintenances tomorrow evening. That's the stuff that I'm trying to hand off. So when the guys asked about the people that work for us, I don't know if I think I just had this conversation earlier today, but I we're hiring younger people to come in and learn, and I'm trying to step back and then just help them. Trying to have my brother do more of the stuff that I was doing so I can move over here and train like and help, the newer guys and get them to do maintenance. I think maintenance is a good way to learn too. So hopefully they can do that because I just signed or not signed, but I just got an approval for another maintenance contract. So we are just turning into a maintenance company at this point, which is like somebody mentioned earlier, like money is money, right? Maintenance contracts, maintenance agreements, that is the easiest money to get because you're just going there, you're doing them a service by letting them know anything that you find and also cleaning the system out as far as like drain lines, the coils. Um, Obviously, I have a bunch that don't even know that to change or forget to change their filter, whatever it is. And then you just go and check the electrical. You might have contactors that are arcing pretty bad. I had some that I go and they're stuck, they're welded shut. So I mean, you do them a service, but like at the end of the day, it's easy money. You're just going out there for a scheduled cleaning and whatever you guys do on your maintenance. And for me, like one of them is 20 ice machines. Another one is for the AC systems. It's like 18 stores. That is turning now into refrigeration maintenance. So that's another 18 stores doing like their walk-ins now, the maintenance. And what was the other one? We have another one that has I don't know how many stores. I'm going around clearing out drains for them. And I'm like, look, if you just get on a damn maintenance contract, you'll have these cleared all the time versus all the water damage that they get right now. It's like pouring rain in some of these locations right now because all their drains are backed up. So that, I mean, that's what we're doing now. Refrigeration devil. I'm going back into kitchen HVAC and refrigeration work. Also going to be getting hot side training at my new company. There you go. Exactly what I'm talking about. If you guys can pick, that's just another skill, another tool for you. And I mean, guess what? You can probably get paid more or just move, be like a in demand technician because you do everything. And honestly, I didn't do a whole lot of it before I changed to HVAC because I was like a helper, a parts runner, a parts changer for the cooking stuff when my dad started the business. So I didn't do a whole lot of it. I went and changed a few things here and there on like ovens and stuff. But what was I gonna say? It's good to know both because you're worth more, right? Let's see. Kitchen Cowboy. Most of my week is going to be taking my install teams and helping local school district clear equipment from kitchens that are going to be remodeled. Those are always cool. Those projects that you got going on. I had some like that for like a hospital. We've had a few hospitals that like remodeled and stuff like that. So we'll go in there, help them assess everything, right? And what's working, what's not working, what should we keep, what should we get new. Those are always fun because it's like something different. All right, Calix, what is up, man? Welcome. Um, there we go. Welcome to the YouTube channel membership and gifting one. Neil C, welcome. I will have some videos up very soon. um, what I've been trying to do with the membership, obviously here I want to kind of give you guys appreciation, but also I did it for a while. It's just I got really busy. Is having like a lot of my videos available ahead of time, right? So you can see my videos a month out that are not uploaded yet because they have to follow a certain schedule. So that's what that membership gets you. And it's just like a little donation to me to help me do the stickers and do the merch and do everything else that I do. Um, so I'll get back to the video schedule very soon. And also you get to see videos that I pull, right? If I don't get to actually upload it, you might see it there and I might have to get rid of it or it just stays there in the membership section. And if I don't use it, I don't use it, but the members will see it. Just a quick explainer on that, which I'll take this moment. I'll get back to the chat real quick. One of the announcements is that we have new merch. So let me see if I can pull this up. Yes, okay. So if you guys head over to reliablehvacr.net, you'll see that we uploaded a new USA American made shirt, USA shirt, America, the flag on the HVAC design that we have. So I kind of completed this little section here. I always wanted a white t-shirt with something and I was like, okay, that makes sense. So it's Memorial Day tomorrow. That's already available. It'll be good for like 4th of July as well too. So that's a new design that came in. And then also I think I finally got This always messes up. The In Trades We Trust, I got it updated. This is a shirt. You got a flag on the sleeve, and it's for the Reliable Trades podcast. So if you haven't checked out the podcast, please do so and support that as well. We also, really quick, got some new HVAC Nights merch. We got Team Red over here. If you guys are interested in these shirts, those are live now. And you can save 10% right now. I think I'm going to keep it throughout the week. If you guys go shop, use the code FREEDOM at checkout and you get 10% off. Check out the new HVAC Night shirts and the new Reliable merch. I will have my arm sleeves available very soon. I had a bunch of people buy them up recently and caught me off guard. So I have more coming in and those will be up very soon. There you go. Brian is hot side and cold side tech as well. And Hudson too. I mean, it's a good industry to be in because my dad got into it and I didn't know too much about it. And now looking at the company, because I got to do more now as far as running it. I mean, right now I would be doing okay, but 5 years ago, 6, 7 years ago, I had a bunch of like slow times for my calls, which doesn't happen anymore, thankfully. But if it wasn't for Hot Side, we would not have stayed busy or busy enough. So, I mean, Hot Side accounts for a big chunk of what our company does. What is up, Freon Leon? The good guy. Obviously, he's a field piece guy. Brian, you rock everything. Testo, JB. I think you got some other brands in there too. I don't understand why everybody says I have no service when I use the field piece app and it works fine. I'm gonna try it right now. Oh, I'm still on Wi-Fi. Turn that off. I'm gonna test it. I'm gonna test it in a video. I've never had an issue opening the app. It just takes 30 plus seconds to start once it realizes that you don't have internet and it opens. I've never had an issue because what's the other one? Measure Quick does the same thing. When you open the app, it looks for internet. It checks for updates. It does all that stuff. But if you don't have anything, it'll load, and then it'll just open. So I'm gonna test it. I'm gonna put it on my iPad and then turn off the Wi-Fi and see if it opens. Oh, you got a company. Oh, they're trying to buy a company. I was gonna say I've been offered people have offered to buy our company before, and I won't do it. The only way I would sell this company is if my dad, actually retires, and then I have nobody to pass it on to. That would be the only way I would sell it. But that would be like way in the future. Yeah, Manitowoc. Yeah, we put in some Manitowoc's our 410. So like, are they ever going to change any of those to something else? Maintenance contracts, equity. It's rolling. It's income that's always there. What is up, Pat? I don't think it gives me the timestamp on when everybody messages or comments. What's on call? Anybody on call? I have calls tomorrow. We don't take days off. Milwaukee cordless reclaim or anything, know anything about it? Did you comment that? That's another thing I might start doing on this live stream is going and looking at my comments because I get so many and I get distracted and I can't answer them all. I think I had seen that comment. If you did ask that, I think I answered though. It doesn't come out till next year, and it's gonna be. I know Brian said expensive. It's over $1,000. I don't know what a recovery machine even runs right now as far as price, because like we bought ours a long time ago. Everything has like doubled in price, so I don't know if it's gonna be that much more expensive than because because I only say that because I was like, oh yeah, field piece probes are not that expensive, and then you go look and you're like, oh shit, they went up $300. Like from when I bought them, because I bought them for $500. Let me check real quick. Just cure, freaking True Tech with the ads. Recovery machine. Oh yeah, they're not pricey. So I don't remember what Kurt said. Was it going to be like 1,200 or $1,500 for the Milwaukee one? A field piece one costs 1,000. A Hillmore one, they always have good deals. Is $800. Navac is $875 for their recovery, and they have Navac has a whole bunch of them. You can spend $875, 1,000, $2,000, depending on what kind of recovery machine you want. And the Appion is basically $1,000 for the twin. They do have a single that's like 700. And I used to have a Yellow Jacket. Yellow Jacket, is that the right? Oh, I guess I have a different one now. It's $1,000. The one that looks like the one that I used to have, but now it says that it's a XLT with a tank overfill is like $1,500. So they're not. I mean, they're not that cheap to begin with, unless you go with Hillmore or maybe Navac on the lower end. Because the Milwaukee one is gonna be cordless, so that's the advantage there. Do everything you can and make more money. Just keep racking up those skills, and you'll be good. Anybody use the M12 sprayer for cleaning coils? It does not have much pressure, I'll tell you that. I did do a video on it. It'll work, but you're gonna need, and I had I think it was like 2 gallon. They do make a bigger one, so maybe that would work. Because the 2 gallon is the M12. I don't know if the bigger one is the M18 or M12, but you need at least 3 to 4 gallons per unit if it's dirty. I've that's kind of what I've settled on, right? Is like, or figured out, I need 3 to 4 gallons of water to properly wash a coil, which is why something like I use a turbo tank. It's like I think it's a 4 gallon, 3.5 or 4, and it works great. So it can do more if the coils are not that dirty, but I had the 2 gallon one as far as Milwaukee and didn't cut it. And the pressure is like 80 or 90 psi versus a turbo tank, or I used another one and those were like 120 or so psi, and it makes a big difference. Um, what is up, Victor? Field piece. Are they? I haven't talked to Field piece in a while. If Field piece does a cordless, I would be very intrigued, but they have not done anything cordless yet. I haven't, like, I would need to see a vacuum pump from them that is cordless. Let's see real quick. Inficon. Inficon. Okay, let me look up Inficon. On TrueTech, it's 800. Vortex dual refrigerant recovery machine, 799. That looks pretty decent. Why buy a recovery machine when a water bottle's like $3? Says Freon Leon. You know what? I think EPA is gone, right? Like, there's no, you don't have to worry about it anymore. Jeep Cherokee guy. You're on your second interview of being an HVAC tech in a hospital. Any advice? So what, man? So you're gonna be working on like industrial stuff? Because I know some people that do that, but there's some that do that and they're like the engineering. Geez, I always forget this term. But yeah, just learn as much as you can. Everything is the same. I know I've talked to people like whether you do industrial, because that's gonna be like chillers and stuff. I've seen guys that pick it up really quick though because it's all the same. You the cycle, refrigeration cycle, the all that kind of stuff is the same whether it's on something like at a hospital, whether it's something in your home, like a refrigerator, anything that I do, like walk-ins, like it's all the same. If you just look at it and figure it out, you can get it. But also ask a ton of questions to whoever is training you because they're the only ones that know that stuff like the back of their hand, and they're gonna have to guide you um, through that your first year, like trying to figure out. Once you get familiar with it, it'll get easier. What is up, Jason? Hola. Harbor Freight bucket recovery machine. The Sunjoe cordless sprayer. There's a few that I've looked at that look like they would work because they act. I think that's the one that's like it's kind of like a regular hose and regular sprayer. It's not like a pressure washer like the other one that I have. But I think my only thing would be is how many gallons do you have in it? Because I've seen some other ones that have been like on TikTok and all that and Amazon, and they just don't hold enough water. Because I go on the rooftop, I'm not coming back. Navec is the bee's knees. Oh, 5 gallons. Okay, that is more than enough. Business. Uh, Toplica J. Any business lessons learned recently? I had a conversation today on a recording. Um, the only the only lessons learned. It's always tricky because I deal with my dad, and um we have to deal with customers, new customers all the time, and trying to get paid is one thing. So we have a lot of calls right now, and the conversation I had earlier was like, when do you fire a customer? When do you refuse work? Anything like that. So we had talked about like, if they don't treat you well, they don't, they're disrespectful. Um, when a customer is more headaches than you need. So we've learned that several times. It's happened a few times where we have to let that customer go because when we started, you want any and every call that you can get, and sometimes it's more of a headache, and it'll cost you money to keep that customer. So you got to know when to walk away. So recently, I think I talked about it briefly on nights, but we had one that I wish I had been there, but one of my guys tried to take care of it, and he warned the customer, it has leaks, and the guy was adamant that he just wanted it topped off. The guy got upset and he started cussing out my technician. He started cussing out my cousin, who's one of the new guys. And it's like, dude, like we're not. And he's upset that we're not gonna help him out, I guess, or we won't do any more work. It's like, well, no, dude. Like, I'm like, if you're gonna be like that, if you're gonna start calling us names and calling us all these different things, like, of course, I'm gonna refuse to do any more work. We did what you asked of us, which again, I wish I had been there. And it's just it didn't work out. So if you're gonna be like that, we refuse to do any more work. And we have another one. We have a few that called that are new customers. That was a new customer, so that one went sour. That one went sour, but on these other ones, I tell them I need a half up front if it's a big item, or I need to get paid on site if it's a new customer. So we deal with it that way, and we've had good luck with it. I don't like to lose money. That's my main thing. Yeah, like Freon Leon says, hit the like button. I appreciate everybody that's tuning in. Ah, Jason, got to keep your pimp hand strong for those unruly customers. No, I mean, my dad's the first one to say something, which is funny because I talked about it in an episode coming up, and I don't know if I have a video. I know I recorded. I don't know if I have a video for it, but I went to a freezer. I was working on a freezer. I got called out because it had iced up. I've already told them they need a new door. That's on them. So I just went out to kind of defrost it, run it, and check everything else, make sure that there was nothing actually wrong with the system. And while I'm there, there's a guy yelling at me that it's rain. It's like dripping water in the building. And I was like, okay, cool. I'm not here for that. And he kept bugging and bugging. And this is not a manager, mind you. This is one of the cooks. And yeah, so he's like bugging and bugging. I'm like, dude, I kind of snapped at him. I'm like, dude, I am here for the freezer. If they want the AC checked, they need to put a request. I have not seen one. I'm not touching anything that I don't have a work order for. I've been burned before. I'm not gonna do any free work. So uh so I left it at that. I continued what I was doing. The manager, I talked to her a couple times. She never said anything. So I was like, okay, cool. Like I'm gonna finish what I'm doing, and if I don't have a work order for anything else, I'm gonna take off. My dad happens to call me because he always calls to check in on us, the guys, and just how's the call going, right? I didn't even I wasn't trying to complain about the guy or anything like that. He just asked me. I told him I'm here for this. I'm like, by the way, did you uh I was like, by the way, did you get a request or an email for anything else, like an AC unit or anything like that? Because I got a guy over here, complaining in my ear, over my shoulder, and he's like, no, and he's like, who was it? Who's telling you that? Manager? I'm like, nah, dude. I was like, the cook. I'm just asking. Like, I'm not complaining. I already told him. Um, I was like, I'm not complaining. I just, I told him that I'm here for the freezer, and it is what it is. 30 minutes later, he shows up, my dad, and he's over there. I think he went and like gave him a look, or he just went over there to. He likes the fights, so he stopped by, and we all talked to the manager, and then she finally put a work order in, and I was like, okay, let me check it out. Backed up drain. But yeah, you got to deal with, you got to learn. That was one of the conversations I had with a guest for a new episode. You got to learn to bite your lip. I know right here, like Chicano, I'll read the comment right now, but he's like, I wish I could tell somebody something. Like, you got to learn when to hold back, and you got to learn when to stick up for yourself. That's another thing. Like that other guy that cussed us out, I kind of try to stick up, but in a professional way. This one, I mean, I let him talk. I'm like, dude, I'm not here for that. I'm here for the freezer. A cook at that. Stick to your grill. Shut up and make me a burger. Um, yeah, like, and it's funny because I only work in restaurants, so a lot of the cooks you end up seeing all the time. Some of them can get on your nerves, and some of them can be really cool because you're working on, like, there's another location where I'm working on the usually when I'm working on an AC, it's for the kitchen. So then they wanna make nice with you. They want to treat you good. They'll give you a meal here and there, and they'll be cool about it. It's just every now and then there's one that probably wants to run the place, and then he's the one that gives you issues. With the field piece probes, do you prefer the JobLink app or MeasureQuick? I wish they would take some of the criticism, but one of the guys that I was talking to, I don't think he's there anymore. MeasureQuick could be so good if they would just tweak a few things. So I use the JobLink app if I'm using my field piece probes specifically, right? If I'm doing pressure probes and clamps and psychrometers and everything, I'm gonna go to the JobLink app. The only reason I use MeasureQuick is when I need to mix and match and I want to use like some of the JB probes that I have. I can do that in MeasureQuick. But I like, I forgot who I was talking to. I just like numbers. I just need to know what's my PSI, what is my saturation, and then most times I'll just need my superheat and I'll check my subcool as well. So I just need numbers. I can scroll up and down and get those numbers on one screen. I just posted that about or posted about that in my story. I don't it was last week, I think, where I was trying to use MeasureQuick and it wasn't very intuitive to hook up to two stages. So especially in the summer, I'm going to be working on a lot of two-stage equipment where both circuits are not working properly, right? It's in the middle of summer. You got one that might be, flat or low on charge. You got another one that's not working the way it should, and you want to hook up RA gauges at the same time to check. So I tried using MeasureQuick, and I don't like that you gotta like go and you can set it up. I finally figured it out, like for multiple stage equipment, but you cannot see it on the same screen. You gotta go and like hit to switch to circuit two, and then you gotta switch back to circuit one. So you gotta flip over back and forth a lot. I like the simple ones. I know Testo is pretty simple too. It's just, like a little, just a columns of numbers like field piece. And if I'm in field piece and I hook up two sets of probes for like a two-stage system, it's the first set, you scroll a little bit, and it's your second set. So you can scroll up and down. Same thing with your psychrometers. You just scroll up and down, and you can customize it because you can layer them however you want to. And I don't know. I just like it better. I know MeasureQuick looks better. It helps you a little bit, and some people find it useful, but I like the simple apps. The heated customers are usually easy to deal with just by hearing them out, but that's that's one that can't be told anything other than I will have it working fast are rare. Those are the worst. Yeah, you got to treat everybody, good, right? Cuz I've said plenty of times a good cook can end up being a manager or like like something, up the chain. And if you were cool with them or you talk to them, you treated them well, they're gonna treat you well as a manager too. And yeah, usually I usually do talk to them like what's going on with the equipment or what's going on with you know the walk in, the AC, whatever it is, so that they can tell me because they're gonna tell you right away like what it was doing when it started doing that and all that kind of stuff. So I mean it's good to talk to them. It's just there's some that make some demands or there's some that try to criticize you, and those are the ones that I get annoyed with. What is up, Hall's HVAC? Strami, do you work on hot side stuff too? Our company does. I used to be a parts runner, a parts changer, helper when I first got in, because that's what our company like. That's the only thing that our company did was hot side. Then I was asked if I could go to HVAC school. I did. I got my license, and I haven't done it since. I do need to get back into it, but I only do refrigeration, and if they ask me to check the AC and stuff like that, I prefer to do commercial refrigeration. What is up, Unkmeister? Enjoy that 3-day weekend. Jeep Cherokee guy. They told me that I will be doing everything but new installs. They want to bring everything in house, is what I told. Sorry. Still learning, mostly industrial. Everything but new installs. It just depends, because like at the hospital that I do work at, their engineering department was doing a lot of the work, and now they outsource everything. Like there is a I don't think I've seen them as much, but there was a company that only did their chillers. And then we were the company that only did the kitchen. And every now and then they would have us go to the different floors and do like refrigeration equipment, or like right now we have the ice machines again. So they outsource a lot of their stuff. Some hospitals, I think, are all in house where they do everything, because that's what they were doing for a while. But I don't think they ever had any good technicians, because they were messing up left and right. So we had to come in and fix a few things, and ended up getting those some of the equipment back. I won't do everything. I prefer to stick to what we do best, is the kitchen work. And those customers will kick and scream over anything that isn't cheap. Thankfully, I'm an employee, so I have to, yeah, refer them to the office if they have any issues. I used to be like that too. I'm like, hey, you can go talk to my dad. I'm not going to deal with it. But it's funny though, because we had IHOPs. I mean, we'll never do them again. We've already refused. We try to help them out again, but we refuse that. But um, they're at IHOP. The owner here is like a multi-millionaire, right? Fought every invoice. It was so annoying. Fought every invoice, made a complaint about everything, but he wanted everything fixed. So yeah, I mean, you don't always want all the work. You don't want all the customers. You work for it. You hustle. It was crazy when we started. We did a lot of different kinds of work, and then eventually you can pick and choose. That's always been my thing, and what I like about it now is that I can pick and choose. Any classes for reaching coolers or freezers? I work on walking equipment. Refrigerators, reach-ins, or ice makers are not my cup of tea. I find them more finicky. I always tell people, the smaller the equipment is, the harder it is to work on. Most of them are critically charged, so hooking up to those things is, last resort. And each one of those has their own way of doing things. So my only thing would be like, is to look at them. Like, I guess I had a benefit of doing maintenance at that hospital on all their refrigeration equipment. So during our maintenance, I would look at everything, like how they did this, how they did that, which ones use like cap tubes, which ones use TXVs. There was one recently that threw me off because it's a newer, um, geez, I already forgot the name of it. It's a brand that I don't work on much, and their defrost ended up being a hot gas defrost, and this other stuff. Like, it was programmed way different than I'm used to. So A lot of it's just learning how they do things, in my opinion. I mean, they all do the same thing, but like, what's their sequence? Ice machines, every brand does everything different. Honestly, your best bet is to read manuals and look up either videos or manuals on certain equipment, and you just go through them, right? Like Hoshizaki does things one way, Manitowoc does things another way, and it is hard to like study them because they're all different. Even just model, like if I go look at a Manitowoc, there's like I got a location that has like two or three different models. They each are a little bit different, so it's just getting familiar with it and then trying to simplify it. Because I've always told like I had some guys that were working on 134A, and I think even I got messages of guys getting into like the kitchen work and stuff, and they're like, "How does this work? I've never worked on 134A equipment." And I was like, "Oh, okay, that's gonna be super low pressure, so don't freak out if you have like 5 psi or whatever. Like it depends on what it's set to, how it works, all this kind of stuff. It's just you got to get familiar with it." I've seen some 134A stuff that even works like at 0 or 1 psi. New to your channel and trade. Oh, and the trade. You new to the trade. Appreciate you and your videos. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for the comment. Um, yeah, every now and then I'm like, you know, I think about the videos I do and stuff, and I'm like, I don't know if it's doing any good or who watches it. And then I get messages or comments like that, and it's really cool to see that. I had somebody message me recently that because I know I've heard of it. I've heard of this before that they play my videos in classrooms. I'm like, that makes me rethink my whole content. I'm like, I need to be better about it. But it's really cool to get those comments. So I appreciate you coming in. Troubleshooting apps or anything in to help in the field. Um, I've been meaning to go over like apps that I use. Troubleshooting. I think Danfoss is it? It's a Danfoss app, right? Danfoss has a good app that has like some stuff for refrigeration. It has like your PT chart, everything in there. I use that one a lot. Copeland, if you need to look up, how to check a compressor, Copeland has an app. There's a lot of good information out there. And as far as like troubleshooting in general, like just keep it basic. I had a video, not the one from yesterday, but the one before that, where one of our guys, I don't know, I still haven't even talked to him. I don't know if he miswired it or if if that's how it was wired, but I was like so confused because I thought it was right. And I had to go back and start tracing like where am I getting my 24 volts and just kind of simplify it. And I was like, oh, I'm over here thinking something went out or the thermostat's bad. No, it was miswired, right? So, things like that. Just take it easy, keep it simple. Don't overthink things. I've been there plenty of times where, and I know my brother, I remember one specifically where we did something. I don't know if we were doing a new install. I don't think it was a new install. We were doing something and the timer had to be changed out. We are doing, I don't, maybe we changed the TXV, maybe we changed an evaporator. We did something and we also had to change out the timer. And I was dead tired. This was like in the beginning, like way early on. And I was dead tired. We were doing everything. We charged it up. We waited in and we were going to start it up. That was the last thing to do. It was the end of the day. I was like, I was done. And the stupid thing didn't want to turn on. I was getting pissed. I was like annoyed. I'm like, we did everything right. We did everything this. We did everything that. And sometimes I just get frustrated and I have to tell myself to calm down and just start from the beginning. And in that instance, I learned a lesson. Make sure you check all your wires, make sure everything is tight because all it was a loose connection on the defrost timer. Something I didn't put in or something I didn't screw in right, and the whole system didn't work. I literally gave it a few turns, turned it on, and it turned on. My brother heard me yell a lot of cuss words, and he's like, I think he's okay, but he was over there, cussing out the system. And, my dad's like, yeah, just give him a minute. So a lot of times it's just something simple. And I remember that I'm always going to remember that one. And I just had maybe a year ago a call like that. And it wasn't the same thing, but it was like doing something similar. And I figured out that it was on the timer. I was like, let me check the timer. And I checked that the little gold contacts and all that were like pitted out. It wouldn't make a good connection. So you learn a lot in the field. That's experience. And yeah, I remember that one vividly. So just keep it simple, go to the basics, read manuals, learn how to read that schematic. That helps me a ton. And again, it's because I had a really good episode that we recorded today, and we talked about schematics. And it's like I've had to rewire systems where somebody else couldn't do it. I had to rewire something just to get it going for the customer, and I'm bypassing boards, and I'm able to rewire something because I can read the schematic. And then what was I going to say? I've had other systems where somebody rips out everything and I got to figure it out. I got to go through the schematic. That's always helped me a lot, is going through wire for wire, going through the schematic, trying to figure it out that way. Yeah, that's that Danfoss app. I use it quite a bit now. Forget pressure. I have to tell that to my guys all the time. Like, I don't care if you have 20 psi, 60, 70. It means nothing if we don't have the saturation that we need. And every system is different, right? So you got to check that. And if you like, I check superheat at least just to verify everything's working right. Let's see. Yeah, those frustration times are when a crescent wrench or a screwdriver becomes hammers against anything nearby for me, on a roof at least. Yeah. The last time, so for TXVs, it, it's not always a TXV, right? So there was one guy that came behind me to try and fix a few things because he was trying to get in, and it was also the customer trying to shop around, so I can't blame the guy too much. But I had just dialed in a TXV, and I've been telling this customer, you guys have a door issue. The system's pretty old, right? It couldn't use a new system, which they finally got. But at the time, I was like, the door is like it's a freezer. The door is so warped. There's a lot of heat that comes in. You walk in there, it's all foggy. You can tell that it's not sealing properly. They get icicles. They still get icicles because they don't want to fix the damn door. So all this stuff, I kept telling them, and I'm like, I'm gonna adjust it the best that I can. I just want the superheat that I can get, the best superheat I can get, and the best temperature I can get. I got them like 8 degrees. I was like, until you replace the door, it's not gonna get any colder. Well, this guy was like, no, it is a TXV. So he went in there and replaced everything. And then they called me right back that it's not working. And I went back and I'm like, okay, he put in a new TXV, so I had to set that one properly. He probably didn't set it to the right superheat. And I think we're just compensating for the door at this point. But, you know, that was one instance where it wasn't a TXV. The last couple of times that I had to replace, other than them, other than when they leak, because I have the power heads that leak, they rub out. You got to change it out. And it sucks when they don't come apart. You got like an Emerson or something that it's like a one piece thing. If you lose a power head, the little sensing bulb, you got to replace the whole thing. I hate those. I would much rather work on a Parker Sporlin or anything like that, where you can just unscrew. You would have to recover, but just unscrew the power head, put in a new one, vacuum and charge it, and you're good. Those have leaked out a lot. I get a lot of power heads that rub and leak. The only times I've had to change them is when I can't adjust the superheat. I don't think I've ever had one that was clogged up. Maybe in the beginning, like I've seen a couple, but I don't really see them getting clogged up. I just see where the adjustment stem doesn't do anything, and then I'll my way of calibrating a TXV is opening or closing it all the way. So like you would, I guess, open it all the way and then close it all the way, and you count how many turns you do, and you try to get to the halfway point, right? So I would close it or whatever, and then count how many turns it took to open it, and I would just take half of that and close it back up, right? So when I so that's something that I try to do, and I noticed on some of them, but it's older systems, like I can't do that because the stem just free spins. I don't know if that's something that they do. I've only had it happen like 2 or 3 times, and it's not letting me adjust the superheat, so I'm not able to set it, and it is not feeding properly. That's when I'll change it out. I've never had one that completely like clogged up. It's usually an adjustment or the power head that is bad, and those can go bad too. And that's the only time that I've had to change them. I play them sometimes outside my meeting and training room, trying to encourage my techs to take some time outside of work and to upgrade their tools. There you go. Let me see. Ivan, I'll get back to you on that. I haven't tested the alligator clips. If they work like any other ones, I would just get, oh man, I don't know. I'll try it out. I'll get back to you. I got my Class A combo license last month. I'm also from the 956. Your license video helped a lot. I appreciate that, man. And good for you. The combo Class A. I got Class B just because I knew what I was gonna do. I wasn't ever gonna do anything else. But like, you got your combo, you got your A license, you're set, man. That's awesome. Getting that damn thing is hard, but it feels good when you get it, and it's cool to see the somebody locally. And that video is crazy because like half the people are like, "What is this?" and then the other half are like, "This helped me get my license." So I'm glad that it helped. I had quite a few TXVs on RTUs. The stem does nothing but free spin. That's what happens to me. I don't know, but it doesn't happen all the time. So that's why I know it's not normal because I was taught to, if you don't know where it's set, because people will mess with it all the time. If you don't know what it's set to, right? If you think somebody else messed with it, okay, we'll start from scratch. You go all the way, and then you count half back, or you count how many it takes, and you try to start in the middle. And I have some that, like I said, like there's been like 3 of them that just free spin, and I'm like, all right, well, we'll just replace it. Jason, on Friday, I had 100-ton EEV leaking by, and it was flooding the compressor with liquid refrigerant. Oil heater couldn't overcome the cold liquid. Compressor couldn't run. Sounds like a big problem for a big time technician. What is up, pork chop? Nothing much, man. We're gonna close it out. You got here kind of late, but I mean, I'm sure you're working. I'm sure you're doing something, enjoying your weekend, working. I get it. Okay. Somebody asked about the podcast. Where is it? I meant to start with this and I forgot. Is this the last podcast? I'm coming in late. It's not R.I.P. nights, right? Everybody loves HVAC nights, right? I would highly suggest that you guys go check out HVAC nights. That is something that I look forward to every week. That is something that I love doing. And if that ever overtakes any of the other stuff that I do, I would be more than happy. I love chatting with those guys, chatting with that chat, and just it's unhinged, right? And that's real life. I mean, we were talking about like fast food and college and I don't know what last week. So, and Jake was sniffing his boots to make a point on his Camel City Mill socks. So, um, I love that show. It's not going anywhere. As far as podcasting, I have a podcast. I have part two coming out next or this Tuesday in 2 days. I don't think I'm going to be doing the live chat on those anymore. Or getting to that, Vic. Um, so if you guys, a lot of guys might not watch the podcast. They listen to it on the road, right? Like I get a lot more feedback on the audio versus the video. I like the video. I'm a visual person. So I like doing the video regardless and it'll always be up there. But I think starting this week, I'm going to be posting it early in the day and there's not going to be a live chat because we're doing this show now on Sundays, right? Sunday, it's unwinding, it's getting ready for the work week. We can chat, we can talk about different things. I think next week I'll have it set up to where I can get to my comments if I don't have like today was great. You guys were great in the chat and everything, but if I don't have maybe enough questions in the chat going on, that's fine. I can go to my comments and kind of catch up on comments or questions that I had in the comments, right? So I'm gonna try and figure that out. We're still learning this Sunday night live stream. I wanted to see if there was people that wanted this or came by, and there's been plenty of people coming into this show. So I appreciate everybody spending the Sunday evening before the work week and just hanging out. Right, this is a hangout. That's all. You know, I don't want to take this. I don't want to do too much. Like I want it to be like this, like just hanging out, free for all, answering questions. This has been great. Tuesday, like I said, we're taking away the live chat. That way, you can enjoy the live chat Sunday because not too many people watch. Like there was a group. I know there's some of you in here that are always there Tuesday evening, and you're in the chat talking about different things, and I love it. It just didn't make any more sense if I'm going to be doing this live show on Sunday. This can be where we kind of chat. Uh, what do you call it? Keep up with each other and all that. So the podcast is not ending. It's just we're not doing it Tuesday evening. I'm probably going to do it Tuesday morning. That way everybody has a chance to watch it. Because honestly, if I post it too late, if anybody wants to watch it, they might wait till the next day or like later on in the week and they might forget about it. So just changing the schedule. I hope everybody yeah, love the nights. I appreciate it. We got some special announcements with nights as well. I will drop some teasers later in the week. I got some exciting things that I want to do with HVAC nights. Like, which is why I'm saying I love that show. I want to do more with it. Um, but yeah, just changing the podcast a little bit. It's still going to be there. I got part two with HVAC Disciple. That kid had an amazing story and episode, and that's why we're doing a part two. I recorded some more today. I'm going to record some more in a few weeks. If you guys in the chat, anybody listening to this live stream ever wants to be on, you can go to my website actually, reliablehvacr.net, and there's going to be it's probably the first link, a form. You can fill out your name, your email. It'll ask you a couple of questions. That way I know like more about you. And that way I can have it organized so you can come on the show. There's guys that I already have on the list. But if you ever want to be on, just go to that form, fill it out, and I'll put you on. I appreciate that, Jason. Plenty of loyal viewers. I that's all I can ask for, man. The viewers that get something out of it, interact with me and ask questions and all that kind of stuff. Especially the channel members. I appreciate the ones that joined today, and I will be trying to do more content for that too. Like I said, if you guys want to be a channel member, you get access to videos a lot sooner. Some videos that I just never post, they're going to be on there. And I was doing it for a while. I kind of slacked off this last week, but we'll get back to it. We're gonna we're gonna end the show already. I appreciate everybody. I need to get an outro. I don't have an outro right now. So get your goodbyes in right now. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. And I think we're gonna make this a weekly Sunday night show. I want to know how to get knighted. There's gonna be something for that. There's gonna be something that plays on that kind of knighted thing. We'll get into it very soon. I'm waiting on a few things. I'm also gonna have hats. I'm waiting on the guy that does my hats. Finally gonna have hats available. I need to figure out what the shipping is gonna be on that, but we'll do all that. I appreciate everybody. Yeah, Jason, I enjoy the community we have. People on the chat and hosts. It's a fun community. Um, Froggy, what's up? Well, I appreciate you guys, and thanks for tuning in. Make sure you check us out on Thursday evenings for HVAC nights. I love doing that show. It's always a fun time. I'll see you guys next week. I'm gonna end the show.